Welcome everybody to Michigan Motor Speedway. We continue the RACC season, getting almost right up to the end of the regular season. Race number 12 here at Michigan. Qualifying is underway. Hope you're all having a good weekend. AIRL is on an off week this week, as it's obviously not working there. Oh, there we go. AIRL is on an off week, so don't worry too much about that. Twisted went up first. There we go. Looks like Genty's on track now, qualifying. Go over the race here in a minute. Welcome everybody again to Michigan Motor Speedway for race number 12 of RACC Season 7. Glad everyone is here and able to make it. Very good weekend last week. Monday night racing at Tsukuba for AIRL was super exciting. Great finish of Vento. Unfortunately, still not getting marked as the win, but congratulations still to what was probably the fastest car out there, to Saints. You know, MRL Phoenix had a pretty exciting finish there with Vento and Alpha. And Pocono. All very good. A low turnout for tonight. At least it's looking to be one. Genty putting up a 36.9. Vento up next. Running a Hot Wheels car for today. Ooh, that's a little bit of wall. But we'll see if that gets enforced. What happened with Pocono and why it was so confusing is because, you know, wall taps were always just kind of never enforced here in RACC, but they always kind of seem to be enforced during qualifying, especially if it was beneficial to you. Ooh, Avento, a 37.0, slowest on the board. Mason up next. But in terms for the point standings, it's getting even worse every race. Coma and Yummy, 1-2 in the points, only 2 with a shot in the championship. Coma at 216, Yummy at 197. So Coma's starting to pull away in terms of points. Pink, who's in third, is at 131. So that tells you how spread apart the points are. And then Krieger in fourth place is at 101, over 100 points back, and he's sitting in fourth. So, of course, it's just point standings are looking a little bit tragic this season. Coma looking to try to get that pole record away for the season. Right now, sitting at 3 poles of the season. Yummy at 4. Mason puts down 37.050. As Krieger will be up next. I was about to say Coma was not in the game, but he in fact is. Oh, into the wall goes Krieger pretty hard. It looks like that's going to be the problem area. Going out of these corners, the cars just get a little bit tight. Me personally never had an issue with that, but looks like everyone's getting it after that first lap. Oh, well, maybe. Pink and Yummy and Coma are on deck. Again, I want to get it out of the way that there is no... Excuse me. There is, who's on track? Coma is. No AIRL this week. It is an off week. Eldora will be next week. Just want to get that out of the way once again. Coma, the points leader. 216 points, 5 wins this season, 7 podiums, 9 top 5s. He's got 6 stage wins and 3 poles, looking to tie Yummy for 4. has had 0 practice here at Michigan, so with how these setups drive, we'll see what Coma can do. Genty, Krieger, Twisted, and Avento and Mason, everyone so far that has qualified has had a couple laps of practice. Right down to the apron. We'll see if that works out for him. Slams into the wall on exit. Not a strong looking lap for Coma. And a 37.033. So Coma will not tie pole this time around. Yummy running the MRL car. How about that? But Yummy currently second in points, 197. Overall stats are not as strong as Coma. 2 wins, 5 podiums, 7 top 5s, 6 stage wins, and 4 poles. Still holds the pole record in RACC. Was tied for, or is tied for most stage wins before Pocono. The average finish, and this is probably what's going to define the season. Average finish for Coma is a 2.9. Average finish for Yummy is a 4.2. So Yummy out of turn 4, goes to the top of the board at 36.7, 0.2 faster than Genty. Pink up next. Currently sitting 3rd in points. 1 win so far this season, 4 podiums, 5 top 5s, 2 stage wins, no poles, an average finish of 4.8. Pink, ooh, wanted to get pole, but a 36.8 flat will have to do. And that looks to wrap up qualifying. So, Yummy on pole. Unsurprisingly. Get everyone ready for race 12 of the season. Oh. So we try to get everyone lined back up. And those are the qualifying results. Yummy on pole, Pink in 2nd, Genty 3rd, Krieger 4th, Twisted in 5th, Avento 6th, Coma in 7th, and Mason in 8th. Everyone gets all lined up. Yummy getting his 5th pole of the season and continues to expand his pole record. Of course, gets the extra point for qualifying in 1st. Oh, not sure where Genty's going. He's gonna go pick up more drivers as more people get ready in their cars. Take a look at the race analysis for tonight. It's going to be one of the longer races of the season. 75 laps. All stages being 25. 150 miles. Our pit window is expected to be around 20 to 30 laps. Maybe some drivers will be able to extend that. It's this season, fuel mileage has been a major point on race winnings, and a lot of people are getting good at fuel conserving. Pit speed, 90 studs per second. As per usual at intermediates here in RACC. So it'll be very interesting to see what the drivers can do in terms of fuel, if they can make it more than just a couple laps into the stage. Of course, no stage cautions as well. Pink gets lined up here. Gives Yummy a little tap. I like how Junior's asking if everyone's ready. All right. Oh, I need to get my chat back up. All right, and as the entire field pushes Yummy past the start-finish line, he's gonna back everyone up. I'll be asking for everyone to stop pushing. Every time I click that stupid button. All right. All right, again, just one last quick look here at the race analysis. 75 laps, 25 laps in each stage. No stage cautions. Expecting the field to go maybe 20 to 30 and possibly farther. Omi on pole. Extends his pole record. Here we go. We are underway here at Michigan. It's a good start from Yummy and Pink. Pull away from Ginty and Krieger. Krieger down on the inside. Oh, as they go up the racetrack and maybe into the wall. Pink now looking on the inside to take the lead away from Yummy. No way. Is that Estonian? Estonian may be joining us a little bit late. Yummy comes out of turn number 4. The lead car is going to lead lap 1. Pink right behind. Krieger up to 3rd. Avento up to 4th. Ginty back down into 5th. Krieger dives it in on turn 1. Takes 2nd place away. Pink looking for the switchback, but Avento is there as well. They go flying up the racetrack. Pink drops back 2 positions. Here comes Avento going further up the positions. A little bit of contact there with Krieger. Avento drifts up the racetrack. Krieger looking for the switchback, but Pink is there on the inside. Avento holds on the 2nd place. Already out to half a second of a lead. Mason now looking down on the inside. Oh, gets caught up on the apron. Coma goes through the middle. Ginty follows with Krieger. Slams up and into the wall. Coma now up to 4th. Be looking down to the inside on Pink. He's going to have Mason maybe give a little bit of help there as well. Oh, Mason drifting up the racetrack as Coma gets to Avento's quarter panel. Already looking to try to get up to 2nd place. It's down to the inside. They're side by side. Coma now up to 2nd place. Mason looking down low. Tries to put his nose in. Gets caught on the apron yet again. It's going to go flying up towards the wall right in front of Avento. And now Yummy's going to have some competition. That lead drops down to now just a car length on Coma. As Mason kind of holds up the rest of the field behind. Coma giving a tap to the back of the 20, now finds the inside. Side by side, down the front straightaway. Yummy giving a little bit of a door bang. Leads the lap, but Coma's not going to give him much more room. He gives a little bit of a touch back. And he'll take the lead going into turn 1. Yummy hanging it up on the outside. Krieger and Mason looking to fill it in. So now Yummy's going to go 3 wide. Ginty slamming up into the wall. I'm surprised Mason was able to hold it there. Krieger will drop back behind the 20. As, Yummy kind of ignoring that 21 is there. And Mason's going to shoot back up the racetrack. Yummy is going to have to drop behind. Krieger gets caught up on the quarter panel. And the switchback does not work out in his favor. Now Coma will start to pull away here. 3/10 on Mason. Yummy goes through even more traffic here. Ginty up on the wall. Oh, and yep, that's gonna be lag for Ginty. Still lagging, and now regains control of the car. Oh, Yummy pushes Krieger into the grass. We back up to second as Coma extends the lead by another 1/10. Mason all over the back bumper of the 20. Here comes Krieger shooting it in on the inside. Whoa, shoves Mason all the way up and into the wall. What a dive by Krieger. Nearly causing a little incident. Ginty merges in. See the move by Krieger, and it just comes up the racetrack as Coma is going to find a competition of his own. Yummy right up into the lead. Takes it right back away. Holds Coma to the outside. Going into turn 1. Krieger fills in the spot. Coma ignores that he's there. That's the second time it's happened to Krieger. And now Yummy will lose the inside to Coma. Oh, a little bit of contact behind with Avento and Pink. Krieger tried to fill in the inside. Gets stuck on the apron. Goes all the way to the grass. And now he's going to be with Yummy. There's more contact. And there goes Avento. Upside down almost. And into the fence. And caution will come out. They'll be racing back to the line as Yummy goes wide, puts Coma into the wall. Krieger with the inside. Not giving Yummy too much room going into turn 3. Coma looking all the way down into the apron, gives Krieger a little push. Yummy trying to find some speed on the high side. Not gonna find it. Krieger's gonna get the race back. Yummy in second. Coma in third. Mason will go fourth. Mason, and then Pink rounds out the top 5. Let's take a look on what happened there. So we're gonna watch the 21 goes into the apron here on the front straightaway. Looks like Avento's going down. Oh, it looks like Avento just kept coming down. Got in the Mason. And Avento goes upside down. So, I mean, Mason's there on the apron. Kind of is looking like he's going to come up and then stays there on the white line. And Avento just kind of keeps coming down. Gets in front of Pink and up and over he goes. That will count as a flip in Junior's book. And we are under caution. First caution of the day here on lap number 10. Looks like everybody coming down pit road. Ooh, Avento slow on pit road. And there he goes. So since it is non-competitive pit stops, the order will remain the same on the leaderboard. Let's ride along with Pink on this caution. See, Avento just kept coming down and then up and over he goes in front of Pink. So it looks like Krieger will, Krieger in the lead, Yummy in second, Coma in third, Mason fourth, Pink fifth. Everyone came down pit lane. This would be good for the rest of the stage and probably through stage 2. if they can conserve some fuel. Here's the countdown. Yummy backs off just a little bit, goes in front of Coma and gets a running start into Krieger. Not sure if he timed that one just right. I think he wanted to go right with Krieger, have a run. Still gets a good start going through turn 2. And has the inside exiting turn 2. Is Ginty and Twisted, almost an instant back there. Krieger pushing down Yummy just a tad bit. And Yummy will take the lead out of turn 4, get right back up to lead in laps. Krieger looking down to the inside, got a little bit of help from Coma, isn't able to make it work without killing somebody. And whoa, Coma turns Yummy, and they both have an instant. They will drop back. They will not merge as they're still with the pack. What in the world happened there? It looked like Yummy's car just got extremely loose in front of Coma. So let's take another look at this one. I mean, Yummy's car just kind of a bumper lock there, and then Yummy coming back down on Coma, and then brake checks them here. Not sure if that brake check was to get the car going back straight or not, but an incident there between the front runners in the championship. Oh, Yummy nearly turning pink there. Yummy goes into the grass. Coma will take a spot. Yummy being very aggressive, and it's not working out in his favor. So up front, a little bit of a weird order. It's Krieger, Mason, Ginty fighting for the lead now. He's got a run coming. Here comes Avento on the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Ginty in the middle, Krieger up top with Mason. Ginty will drop back behind Avento going into turn 3. Doesn't have a great angle. Gets some rotation from Mason. Now is going to have the inside, and Ginty takes the lead away. Coma already up to this front pack, so it'll be only a matter of time until he gets to the lead. Yummy's still back there with Pink. Mason looking down low as Ginty up into the wall is going to lose the lead. Coma looking on the quarter panel of the 21. Pushes him up the racetrack, gets the inside, and will have the lead going into turn 3. Now Vento looking in from behind. He's gonna go drifting up the racetrack a little bit, but so does everyone else as Avento this time gets caught up on Mason. His car nearly goes flipping again. Keeps all 4 wheels on the ground. Here comes Pink and Yummy. Yummy, oh, he dove it in big time there. Gets into the apron and now goes shooting up to the wall with Avento. So they go 3 wide for second place. Ginty backs out. Oh, Krieger tried to get a switchback. Goes all the way to the grass and now has to big time brake. Puts Mason up into the wall, and they all just lose a ton of time. Big send by Krieger works out for nobody, and now they're all about half a second back. Coma with an awkward corner. The group's going to gain back some time there. And oh, this time it's Krieger that nearly goes around. I mean, just hanging up on that bumper. Oh, Yummy just kind of came up into him there at the exit of the corner. I mean, now, oh, it's going to happen again with between these two. That time, I think Krieger came down. Yummy sends it in, nearly gets himself turned around, and almost flips coming back onto the racetrack. It's something we knew. Yummy was gonna get more aggressive, start carrying less, but it's getting a little bit reckless out there, and it's only hurting him. mean, the dive is just... I understand the point, and it's unlucky that that's a wheel hop, but it just seems a little unnecessary. This time, Krieger's going to send it in. Had a little bit of help from Avento. Avento's going to be caught on the apron. Drops back behind Krieger. And then, oh boy, they're rocking and Yummy upside down. And that's going to be a caution. Krieger trying to get the race back. Avento's there on the inside, also trying to get it taken away. They're 3 wide coming back to the line. Coma's going to get it. Krieger in second, Avento in third. I presume everyone here is going to take a pit stop. Yummy back to the line. Avento just kind of sitting out here. Same thing with Mason. Eventually roll back. Looks like, yes, everyone will take a pit stop on this caution. Let's take a look at this replay once again. So Yummy coming back up on the racetrack is just going to fly into Mason and Pink. And so that just flips him over. I mean, he was coming back on... I mean, he sent it again. This is going into turn 1. He sent it again into the corner, and he's all the way down there into the grass and then just shoots up into everybody there. Now he says something about Ginty, so let's take another look back as he was coming into the corner. There's nothing there by Ginty. Maybe there's something after. Maybe it was something in pit road that Yummy was complaining about. Caution number 2, a second flip. This one from the 20. Coma will have the lead. Krieger will be in second. Avento will be in third. Pink lining up fourth. Ginty rounding out the top 5, although Ginty hanging back out here. Not sure why. Not sure what's going on with Ginty. All right, we're going to go back green here. Ginty kind of just gave himself a to the back penalty, and Yummy's going to get an awesome restart, and then immediately get turned by Coma, and it's going to be, oh, Krieger up and over! No caution. No caution. We stay, how do you stay green from it? I guess Krieger landed it. What a chaotic start. Okay. I'm not even sure what happened there. I mean, this is a whole thing. So let's just watch this one from the start. Yummy's gonna get a good start here. Ginty's gonna go up and into Yummy, and then turns him. So Ginty just turns Yummy here. And then what happens here with Avento and Krieger? Something happens between these two. Oh, Avento filled in the spot. Krieger came down, and oh my goodness, Krieger barrel rolls over Twisted. As they're having moments still. So we stay green from all that somehow. My YouTube is breaking. There we go. Battle for second. This is between Pink and Mason. It gives Mason second place as Coma gets caught up on the wall. Mason goes out wide. Pink with a good corner. Still stays behind. Mason's gonna go up towards the wall once again. You know, that restart spreading everybody out. It's gonna be very interesting for the stage. Yeah, Yummy not very happy at Jinty. I can't really blame him. I mean, he had a good start, and then immediately gets turned, and then Krieger coming down on Avento barrel rolls over Twisted. Speaking of, their little interaction here. Pink stays up in front. 2 laps to go in the stage. Right now, the running order for those getting points is Coma, Pink, Mason, Krieger, and Avento. Yummy's sitting right now in 6th place. Yummy really does need those stage points. One lap to go in the stage. Coma with the lead. Pink in 2nd. Mason in 3rd, closing in. Krieger back in 4th, and Avento holding his own in 5th. Will Pink try to take this stage away from Pink? Oh my goodness. Will Pink try to take this stage away from Coma? Oh, Krieger got into the wall. He's going to go through the grass. And into the wall he goes, nearly flipping. Oh, Mason into the wall as well. Coma wins stage 1. Pink in 2nd, Mason in 3rd. As Mason forgets what league we're in once again. I'll drop back to 4th. And Avento will get 5th place. Avento bringing up something about corner cutting and probably bringing that up about Krieger, who had the wall incident and then got quite the advantage going through the grass. Just complaining about when Krieger went into the grass. But we'll see what Junior does. I don't see any penalty getting awarded. I don't think Avento would have caught him. But we'll see. It was quite the corner cut. Yummy complaining. Start as Krieger and Mason. Krieger just came down on Mason. They went flying towards the pit wall. Front four staying mostly single file. Trying to make any major passes on anyone yet. Suspect that this might come here. Turn one. Looking down to the inside. Doesn't quite get there, and he's going to stay in fourth. Pink dropping back is going to keep Krieger on his outside going into turn three. That kind of mix. Oh, and then Pink's going to go way out wide. I'm not sure what kind of move that was. That'll give Krieger second place. Mason will file into third. As I believe we have a couple of drivers that went down pit lane. And in fact, we do. They now will remerge with the racetrack. Yummy, Genty, and Twisted all came down pit lane that time. It's gonna cause quite the commotion back here. They're gonna be with the Vento. So the fuel shenanigans and the fuel saving starts now. Everyone wants to just make it through to stage 2. I honestly forgot Avento was server muted. Next stage end on lap 50. For these four have been just playing it safe. This looks very much reminiscent of Charlotte. Just with a mix of different drivers. At Charlotte it was Alpha, me, Yummy, and Coma. Here it's Coma, Krieger, Mason, and Pink. They're still racing pretty hard back there. Or at least they're racing into each other a lot. Battle up front stays the same. Hear how much they coast through these corners. Vento complaining about Yummy's driving style. Mason's starting to fall back. That'll leave just Krieger and Pink together. As Coma even himself is starting to pull a little bit of a gap for the lead. Catches back up with that group. But so far, they've all just been fuel conserving, and that honestly might be the strategy to make it to the end of stage 2, is to just try to get to the end of stage 2. It'll be a long, it's going to be risky, but they should be able to do it, as long as they can fuel conserve enough. As the merging cars are now in the... boy, as it starts to heat up front. Gonna get some clarification on why everyone's on the lead lap. Krieger takes the lead. And whoa, they go into the wall. Everyone goes into the wall. All right. So clarification. I just got some information here. Yummy, Ginty, and Dan did not, or sorry, Twisted did not pit. They merged because Avento was out of draft range, so they merged. With event, I don't know quite the logic behind it, but they were out of draft range, and the rules say if you're out of draft, you can merge. So they merged back in, and now since that'll put everyone on the lead lap, Yummy will be taking the lead. So no one's a lap down, no one pit. It was just a merge by drivers that were really far behind. Now Twisted's gonna already start dropping back as Yummy goes incredibly wide in turn 2. He'll lose the lead to Coma and Krieger. So everyone is on the lead lap, no one pit. Going 3 wide for second place through the middle. Can he get in front of Avento? Avento slams into the side of the 20. That puts Coma 3 wide. Avento will drop back behind. Now Yummy is going to have the lead going into turn 3, but here comes Avento. Oh, I thought Avento was going to send it in. Krieger gives a tap to the back of the 44. Coma's going to try to switch back on 4 cars. Doesn't quite work out. Pink goes up to... Oh, Yummy lags! Or no, he was typing. He typed, and now he's going to lose the lead because of it. Krieger's going to give him a bump into turn 1. Oh, Krieger's going into the apron. Junchi tried going through the middle. Yummy's still going to have the lead. I mean, maybe a little bit concerned on fuel. Ginty bounces around going through turn 3. Krieger up the racetrack just a tad bit. That sends Yummy way up. Oh, this Yummy almost going 3 wide there with Mason and Coma. That time he will. Trying to get a run on the exit of the corner. Coma drops back behind Yummy. They're looking to take the lead going through turns 3 and 4. Ooh, that was a little risky. So far, these are technically the first cars of the season where you can really just turn somebody and actually kill them. Getting in some reports of fuel right now. Avento at 1,000 milliliters, so still quite a bit of time left. But can these guys make it? Of course, the first car that pits, has to bring in Yummy, Ginty, and Twisted. And this is what screwed over Yummy last week at Pocono, was because he merged. He had to come down pit road, and that's what ruined his race. He's able to get an okay finish out of it, but dropped in the points. So far, this race has not gone his way. He's now hanging up at the back. Krieger and Mason lead. Ginty in 3rd, Coma in 4th, as I think they're starting to realize that this is going to be a saving game. We still got about about 5, 6, 7 laps to go until the end of stage 2, and Yummy is in desperate need of stage points. Just in desperate need of points in general. Going a bit wide. Pink will fill in on the inside. Coma dropping back. Krieger continue to lead the field. As the fuel's starting to get pretty low for a couple drivers. Mason at 130. Yummy at 240. He's up on the high side. He needs to conserve fuel, and he can't make it to the end of the stage. But, I mean, Avento is going to be able to make it to the end of the stage. And, you know, those four that were conserving well, the guys that had to merge were merging. So, this is going to get interesting. I believe Mason's going to come down this time, which means, yep, Jinty and Yummy also have to come down, as well as Twisted. Twisted ignores the rule. It's a... Oh, it's a good stop by Yummy, but uh-oh. He wasn't holding W down pit road. That might be a penalty for Yummy. That puts him way in front of Jinty as, very confusing. I mean, this has gotten a little bit confusing. I'm just getting some clarifications. So, Twisted hit. Okay. Who's that at the back then? So this... Okay. So, everyone seems to be good. Krieger will be in the lead. Mason, Jinty, Yummy, and Twisted all came down pit road. Vento will be coming down this time. Vento had quite a bit of fuel, so will Coma, Krieger, and Pink be able to make it to the end of the stage? It's one to go for the stage. Vento not able to make it all the way around. He was at 3 milliliters coming in the pit road. Something happened to Yummy up front. Krieger will win stage 2, Coma in second, Pink in third. They were able to make it to the end of the stage, and so now there's 25 laps to go. Who's gonna get third? As Yummy slams into Jinty coming up. Or sorry, who's gonna get fourth? It looks like Vento will get fourth. Was Jinty gonna try to get some points here? Yummy leaves a lot of bottom open. Jinty almost trying to turn the 20. Gets put into the grass. Vento fourth, Yummy in fifth. Yeah, he gets the final point. Stage 1, and it took a whole lap for that to get all counted and done. Now the question is, when will Krieger, Coma, and Pink come in? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Fuel shenanigans are happening everywhere. Mason and Jinty are slamming into each other. And Krieger's going to come in this time. So now that'll leave Coma and Pink last two. We've never seen cars interact like this during pit cycles because you come out about just before a lap, just under a lap down. instead of being just overlap or way under. This is a weird track where you come out right where you left, except you're going to be a little bit farther in front. So that'll leave Pink and Coma as the two that stay out. Saw how much Coma's just been saving this whole time. Here's Krieger. So again, Krieger comes out just ahead of where he was. Now Coma's going to come down pit road this time. That just leaves Pink. I think Pink will be coming down this time. Nope. Stays out another lap. You can just hear how much he's conserving. Unfortunately, I don't think Pink's doing a good plan here, because as soon as he comes out, he's going to be way farther back than anybody else doing this fuel conserving here. Where did Coma come out at? Coma came out in front of Krieger. So I believe, so Avento will still be the leader, but he did not take a full tank, I do not believe. That's what put him so far in front. Everyone else taking a full tank. Will that work out for Avento? That's the question. Because it gave him quite a bit of breathing room, but now, I mean, here comes Coma. Pink comes in this time. And if he can have a quick pit stop, and, you know, if Pink takes a small tank, he might have a better chance. That'll make up all the time that he's lost, as Coma now looks to take away the lead. Into a box now. Almost hits the second box. He was lucky that he didn't. The rest of the pack's starting to come back together. Pink now just leaving pit road. He's going to be coming right. He's going to merge right in front of Coma. Gets into the field and slams into the wall. Not sure what Pink was thinking. Apparently the limiter was still on, but why would you merge in front of the field like that? Again, this is what happened. Apparently his limiter never got turned off, but that's there's a whole maybe I'm not understanding. Is oh, there goes Genty. He saves it. Krieger going pretty far into the grass. So down on the inside looking to take this one away as they go 4 wide behind for third. Coma drops back. Pink will now take the lead all the way on the inside. "14 laps to go here at Michigan." Battle up front heating up. Coma now taking the lead away. Pink and Vento battling for second. Krieger back and forth. Mason behind, and then Ginty rounding out this first field. Again, now they go 3 wide again into turn 3. Krieger getting the advantage and taking this lead back. Back in 7th place is Yummy and Twisted behind him. Yummy complaining about the rule where he's the forced pit rule, where cars, if you merge, you have to come in with the first driver that comes down pit road. That is a rule that was set in place quite a while ago. This is what ruined his race last week at Pocono. He was able to get a slight better performance here, or performance there, with everyone else having to come down pit road again. But here, I mean, everyone else is on the same strategy. I'm not sure how Yummy fell back away from this pack so much. Apparently, he maybe can't make it to the end. But, you know, if Ginty can and Mason can, then I'd be surprised. Not sure why. I mean, unless those two won't make it to the finish, then I don't know why Yummy fell back so dramatically. He was fighting with Ginty, got the position over him, and then he just kept falling back. Ten laps to go here at Michigan. Krieger with the lead. Coma hanging back in second. Avento third. Pink fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is Mason. And Ginty laying back in 6th place. Coma now looking down to the inside to take the lead away from Krieger. Now Krieger's going to look down low into turn 3. It's a little help from Avento, who's going to go make it 3 wide. That was a little bit of a risky move from Avento. He's side by side, gets the lead away from Coma, and now he's got Krieger pushing him. Oh, Coma and Krieger both wanted to come down. Both of them got held up by Avento. Smart move. So he's going to retain the lead. Krieger with the run on the outside. Avento makes sure to keep him up there. Very defensive. Come on here from Avento is Pink now coming into the mix. So going up the racetrack. Here comes Pink and Coma on the inside. 3 wide again for the lead. Avento not able to hold that inside line enough. And now he's going to drop back to 5th. With the lead, here comes Krieger with a big bump, looking to get back down to the inside, and he will. It's a send fest here at Michigan. Oh, and I guess this is gonna be where the strategy call comes in. Oh, never mind. I thought Genty was coming down pit road. Apparently, yeah, my hypothesis is somewhat correct that Yummy won't be able to make it. But if Mason and Genty can make it, I'm gonna have to. I mean, there's nothing I can say to Yummy. 5 laps to go. Coma's way far back. I haven't been really paying attention. Fortunately. 5 to go. Vento down on the inside on Pink. 4 to go now here at Michigan. So closing in on Krieger as the pack up front splits into 2 packs of 3. Vento down on the inside of Krieger, and their wheels collide together. They lose a bunch of time. They go flying towards the wall. And Mason and Coma get caught together. Here comes Krieger back down to the inside as Mason and Coma both dogfight each other. Here comes Genty down on the inside back there. There's Yummy. He's gonna go a lap down. Coma fights with Genty at the back. Two laps to go. Krieger still holding it up front. Pink in second, Avento in third. Coma holding up in fourth. Mason fifth and Genty in sixth. Twisted in seventh and Yummy in eighth. Here comes Avento back down on the inside of Pink. Avento looking for his second win of the season. Krieger looking for his second. Pink looking for his second. Avento with a little bit of a run. Drives in a little bit too deep. Now looking down to the inside with a run. 1 lap to go. Can Krieger stay up in front? Got Avento right on his tail. Pink sitting back in third, waiting for these two to make a mistake. Here comes Avento with the dive. He's down to the inside. Side by side, coming out of turn 2. Big contact. Krieger sits behind. They both get off the gas. Pink looking on the outside. They both slow down again. 3 wide for the lead. They all let off. Here comes Coma and the rest of the group. Krieger gets a run on the outside. Avento tries to use him up. Krieger off of the wall. As they come to the line, Krieger, with his nose in front, wins here at Michigan. Avento not very happy with how Krieger was racing him. Oh. Oh, did he leave? Oh. Makes my job easier. Ooh. Krieger, your second win of the season, holding off Avento in those last couple of laps. Avento not very happy with how you're racing him, but I mean, you got the win there at the end.
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of getting mad at him the whole race, so I just returned the idiotness to him.
I mean, I guess fair enough. In terms of how the race went, oh my goodness, I'm having a stroke. All right, Krieger, how hard was it to hold off Avento there in those last couple of laps? I mean, he was trying his all to get up there.
Um, I had really good pace today, but the biggest thing that saved me was just pit road. But holding him off mainly, once you get ahead, it's kind of hard to make the move with the person behind you. But I was just trying to run my line because I kept seeing him and Pink like overshoot a little bit, and they'd go up the track. So I was just trying to hold that inside to make sure they can't like shoot me up the track. My bad, I'm stretching.
Oh, no, you're fine. There on the final lap, the shenanigans were going pretty hard with you and Avento. Were you worried about Pink's back there in third? I mean, he was closing in as you two kept letting off the gas.
Yeah, a little bit. I knew he wasn't trying to defend the inside because he kept letting off to defend it, but I was gonna originally try and clear him with that on the outside because I was able to make somewhat of a move on the outside during the race because everyone breaks so much for the inside or lets off. You can like coast and full throttle a little bit down using the downhill and gain a little bit of time.
All right, Krieger. Anything else to add on to tonight?
It wasn't a bunch of, well, it wasn't a shit fest, which is good, but other than that, I'm glad to win again.
All right, congratulations, Krieger. Second win of the season. I'm sure that second place driver, Avento, is going to have a couple words to say. So let's get Avento up here. Avento, where are you?
I'm already seeing this is gonna be a long one.
Oh boy. All right, Avento. You're facing the wrong way.
Oh my shirt.
There you go. All right, Avento. Heard that you weren't too happy with how Krieger was driving there in those last couple of laps. You want to elaborate
He's
a
an
little bit on that?
idiot. What can I say? He's an idiot. Like pushing me twice with less than 5 to go into the apron, and I don't know if he's blind or just mentally challenged. But if you go into the apron, you're gonna wash up a lot. I don't know if he hasn't noticed that. I mean, he corner cut the entire corner, gained half a second. Said he didn't gain shit. I was with draft, and then after that, I lost draft. My fuel was basically over. And not gonna lie, y'all need to get a little bit more careful with two things. One, fuel to leaderboard, because when I pitted, I gained half a second per lap, and nobody noticed it. And they were like, "Oh, he half tank. Oh my god, half tank." No, you guys just didn't pay any attention. Like, and going with the incident with one to go, 3 to go, I don't care. He like forces me under to the apron twice. First time I watched him up, he was bitching like a little bitch, like the usual. So when he did it again at 3 and 4, I saw this probably would happen again, and I was like, I don't want some little guy with, I don't know, IQ from, I don't know, you gotta watch more Rick and Morty. But he was gonna probably bitch if I did the same thing, even though it was gonna be his fault. I wanted Pink to win, honestly. I could have just backed out, sent him, and let Pink win. Because he was clean. Except for one incident, which he's fine, he was trying to save his strategy. Other than that, Krieger was shit. Yummy was shit. I mean, if I don't know, I gotta be the one to learn, to teach y'all how to break, especially Yummy, because every time I was ahead of him, he just fucking sent. So with Merge, he pitted before than me. Yeah, no shit, it was intentional. Like, I don't know why you got that shit off. Because everyone was a fuckwit, and then since I was muted for early race shenanigans, I was basically taking all the blame, even though most half of that bit was like not my fault. Like the restart career came down on me, almost caused a caution. Don't know how it wasn't a warning. And then he was like, "Oh my bad, he wasn't intentional." And then he forced me onto the apron. I go up because it's normal, it's physics of the game. He was like, "You fucking bitch." Like, Jesus. Like, if it was air, I would be like 5 more times pissed, but this is RACC. I'm already locked in. Don't need to get stressed over.
Alright, Evento, anything else to add on to tonight?
Just fuckwits. Fuckwits trying to make other people the fuckwits. I mean, all of them are pussy. Like, the hell am I supposed to do if I'm racing with pricks? If you're gonna race like a prick, I'm gonna race like a prick. And if you race even worse, I'm gonna race even worse. So I'm gonna make sure if you are gonna race me shit, you're not winning the shit. That's it.
Alright. Thank you,
Have a good
Evento.
night.
Yep, you too. Thank you, Evento. Second place, the race. Let's let up. I think fourth or fifth place. I can't count. Let's let up Coma, our points leader. Coma, where are you?
Around the timing board, like to the right of it.
Oh, okay. All right, Coma. I mean, there at the end. I mean, you were looking like you were gonna be up front, racing for the win, and then what happened there in those last couple of laps where you just kind of fell back with Mason and Ginty?
My internet did its thing.
I mean, even not able to get back up.
Oh no, well, See, I was debating whether to turn this interview into trauma. Fuck it, why not? So my internet cut out. Went to the back with Ginty and Mason. I don't think you could deal with a more brain dead duo if you tried. I'm trying to think if you can compare it. I really can't. Ginty, I don't even need to say anything. And Mason was just so desperate to be close to the front in the end that he would just claw at nothing and just get in my way. And it was useless anyway because I ended up driving past him, but I just took way too fucking long getting past those two idiots. And then after that, it was just hard to run down the top three with so little laps to go. I was getting there. It would give me about like a lap or two with how much they were battling. I would have been right there, but I just ran out of time. And I didn't force it too hard because points leader, Yummy, didn't get any stage points and finished way outside the top 5, so nothing there. Annoyed that he got the pole. I was telling him earlier today that I was coming for the pole record. This did not help. But yeah, just got stuck behind people who think they're better than they are. Ginty, in all fairness, was not trying to give me a hard time. He's just incapable of driving correctly around people. Mason, however, was just sticking his nose wherever the fuck it didn't belong. And he's like, "Oh, I don't have to give you special treatment because you're the almighty Coma or whatever this bullshit is." But I don't ask for special treatment. I just ask for you not to be a fuckwit driving me. Like, if you have to slam into me and just make both of our lives hell to even have a chance of getting around me, then yeah, that's where I'll have a problem with. I won't lie, I got scared with Yummy falling back through the pack while being basically a lap down. Or was he a lap down, or was that his merge attempt? I couldn't tell. I think he was a lap down.
I don't think he.
Because
I think he got lapped by the field.
Yeah, what I thought he was trying to do was get in between us and then just fuck me over, but he let me go. Because he had nothing else to lose. His race was already fucked, so I was like, I wouldn't put it past Yummy to try and take me down with him. But luckily that didn't happen. Yeah, I should have practiced more. Literally did not practice at all. Qualifying was my practice, and we saw that ended up in Phoenix. I didn't learn my lesson, but I learned the track in about, I don't know, 5 laps. Had good stages, good pit strategy. There was some controversy between like Yummy doing the W strat, even though we have a pit limiter. So I don't know what was going on with that, but clearly it didn't amount to very much. But overall, not a horrible finish. Top 5 is definitely not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to keep up my my average finish. I got below 3 and then lost it again, so I'll have to fight for that. But good points. I think Yummy, you might want to interview him next because I think he said he is done with the regular season. So yeah, I'll leave you with that.
Oh, man. All right. Anything else to add on to today?
Jinty, I appreciate you trying to not be a fuckwit. Unfortunately, it's just you don't have the ability. Mason, you and I are not equal. Okay, goodbye.
All right. Thank you, Coma. I gotta let you down because you're annoying. All right. Do I interview Yummy? Sure. Why not? All right. Yummy, where are you?
Not again.
That's annoying. All right.
Yep.
So Yummy, what happened there in that second stage of the race? You came in with Mason and Jinty. You came out in front of Jinty, out of pit lane and in the stage, but then just not enough fuel to make it to the end. What happened?
Yeah, I didn't learn my lesson. That's what happened. Decided to take the option to merge. Realized that on my normal line I wasn't going to make it to the end. Decided to start saving, and then kind of just gave up. Not much more to it.
And
I just gave up on the race.
then I'm assuming kind of the same for the regular season with what Coleman said, that giving up on the regular season.
I mean, there's not much point in me racing in regular season anymore. I'm already locked into the chase. I'm not going to be making up any points on Coma based on how the last few races have gone. So I'm not going to try. So I'm just going to save myself the time and just wait till the chase starts.
All right, Yummy.
So.
Well, anything else to add on for tonight?
Evento needs to learn I'm just one petty motherfucker.
I'm surprised he doesn't know that already.
I know, right? But yeah.
All right, Yummy. Well,
Good night.
Yep, good night to you. And that will wrap it up. Get out of my stage, everybody. And that will wrap it up here in RACC. So thank you all for watching, staying tuned in to the end. It was a pretty good race. Not sure what really happened there with Yummy at the end still, with not having enough fuel, but fly around me. Anyway, that will wrap it up here in Michigan. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. AI roll is not this week. It'll be next week, and we're going to Eldora, so that'll be fun. And then MRL will be on Sunday, so tune in for that. And again, that'll wrap it up. A little bit of a small week, but there's a YouTube video out this month, so at least there's that. Again, that'll wrap it up here from Michigan. We will see you all on Sunday.